The Beast Handler is one of the most interesting monkeys ever added to BTD6. It grants players one of the strongest self-synergies in the game, yet it's universally renowned as the most controversial monkey to ever be released. But why? Well, it boils down to micro, and a hell lot of it. Most of the Beast Handler's DPS derives from the player moving the beast around the map, and given most games vary from 40 to 100 rounds, we all see why the Beast Handler isn't old reliable for a set and forget defense. While some upgrades may be free from the depths of micro hell, tier 3 and 4 beasts require a sizable investment to max out their power, so you have to be dedicated to make the investment worthwhile. But that's enough yapping for one video. So how about I put the Beast Handler into action? And what's a better way than subjecting myself to a challenge? So today, I wanted to see if the 3 beasts can survive all Pop's chimps. But I didn't want this to be any old copy and paste challenge, so I've set myself 3 rules to make things interesting. Firstly, no Geraldo. We all know he is a crotch, so I'm not touching him with a 6-foot pole. Secondly, and finally, I have to save as much money as possible without losing my mind. Seems simple enough, right? So sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. The fish run started off very simple. I just placed down the Beast Handler and yeah, this strategy needs a bit of work. So I trained a small piranha to do all the fighting for me, but I wasn't hungry enough to devour round 6. I then tried stalling them with a falcon, and it gave me enough time to purchase the fish, 2 milliseconds before I lost. So I resorted to a Microraptor, which managed to solo for long enough that I could afford a piranha to clean up. I then picked up a Barracuda and an Adasaurus to help stall and pop fast balloons. At that point, the Beast Handler was getting a little lonely, so I purchased it a friend and merged their beast with the first handler. For round 24, I purchased a 300 sub since I didn't have enough money for a radar scanner. From there, I got to work getting the beast to max power, and I cruised my way through the 30s with only a few hiccups. No! For round 40, I microed the Dino to pop the outer layer, and they both dealt with the ceramics without any issues. Nobody saw that. I then purchased a small housing estate for proper camo detection, and I stormed my way to the 50s. Moabs were getting a bit much for the dynamic duo, so in round 52 I upgraded the Barracuda to a shark. While it solved the Moab issue, its new attack pattern made the shark worse at taking down small balloons, so I had to drag in a glue hose to help bunch them up. Fast forward 13 rounds, the shark hit a roadblock at round 75. While I gave it a fair few attempts, the third group of BFBs got me every time, so I was forced to upgrade to Orca. Over the next few rounds, I maxed out its beast power and watched it absolutely smoke the 80s. The 90s, however, was a completely different story. Not only DDTs exist, but it contains some of the most painful rounds of this run. 92 was the first of the bunch, and I really had to lean on Relentless to keep the F-Mower brush from swarming me. 95 was pretty much the same as 92, but with shedloads of DDTs. The sheer speed of this round was too much for the Orca alone, but luckily, there was a spot on the bottom right that can perfectly hide a balloon sabo, which was extremely useful when I timed it right. But with well over an hour of crispy footage later, I eventually managed to confine my run to this. From there, most rounds were a cakewalk. 96 was just 94 on steroids, 97 was a joke, 98 was hard, but not the worst, and 99 was piss easy with a sabo. But round 100 was a beast in itself. Since the bad is a heckin' chonker, I had no issue hitting it anywhere on the map. However, popping it took so long I barely had enough track length to deal with the DDTs. But with a well-timed sabo and an 012 glue, I managed to finish the game with nearly 110k in the bank. With that over and done with, I jumped into Cubism for the Dino run. Learning from the previous game, I started with the Microraptor, and it easily cleared round 6. Nobody saw that. Shortly after, I purchased a Falcon to help stall some of the balloons, and I managed to save up for an Allosaurus and Horned Owl by round 15. From there, I max merged both beasts and rolled my way through the 20s and 30s. Round 40 was a bit easier this run because cubism, and the Horned Owl did a better job of pulling the ceramics back. On round 45, I purchased the housing estate again because I forgot one minor detail about the 40s. I then upgraded the Allosaurus to a Velociraptor and maxed out its beast power, and after a surprisingly long streak of not dying, the Velociraptor finally carked it on round 81. So I moved to a max T-Rex to help finish off the game. Being a cleanup tower, the Dino excelled at cleanup, but its lack of single target damage really hurt its performance in the 90s. Fortifieds were annoying, DDTs were painful, and the bad was way too beefy to pop in a reasonable amount of time. The former two were easily solved with the Moab glue, but the bad didn't have a cheap way out. Sabo's slow was nearly pointless, Relentless did absolutely nothing, and Glue Strike's damage bonus was too little to have a noticeable effect. So the next cheapest option I had available was an Overclock, but I needed to place it on an ice platform to keep it from the bad's massive hitbox. But otherwise, it managed to beat the bad with 100k to spare. For the final run, I thought I should try something a little harder, so I chose a map with a very fitting name. Like the previous run, I started with a Microraptor and purchased a Falcon at the end of round 6. From there, I upgraded to the same beast duo that we all know and love, and maxed out their power. The rest of early game was pretty much the same as other runs, but I needed jungle drums to pop the Moab. And with the max Golden Eagle, most of the mid-game was practically free, but the recent nerf really made itself apparent during some rounds. When 72 rolled around, Dino Micro was no longer sufficient in beating Space BFBs, so I moved on to a Condor. But that quickly led to another issue. Round 80. In its current state, a max Condor is allergic to skulls, so I had no choice but to pick up a Polkai to take it out. After a couple of rounds of the bird-shiving bloons, the Polkai met its arch nemesis, DDTs. While rounds 90 and 93 weren't that hard because there were only a few of them, round 95 got a bit close for my liking, but otherwise it continued its shiv fest for the next few rounds. Forgetting I left auto start on, I rushed into round 100 with just a Polkai, but surprisingly enough, it managed to pop the bad with inches to spare. Well, that was the Beast Handler challenge. As I'm recording this, update 43 is about to drop, so hopefully nothing drastic changes. But otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video.